Hi, I'm the Space Quest Historian, and welcome back to Full Throttle Remastered. Not just remastered, but running on my sweet-ass new gaming rig, which you lovely Patreon people have helped put into practice. Yeah, whatever. But anyway, that means that the game is now running at its full capacity. We're not going to experience any more of those annoying slowdowns or videos glitches that were in the last video. So anyway, it's so good to be able to play this, and on a huge screen as well. You'll notice the perspective on the face cam has changed, because now the face cam is resting on top of my monitor instead of being, situated on a little tripod in the corner. So, hi everybody. Alright. Back to the game. We have now visited Mo's shack, and if we go in the opposite direction, back towards the ambush, there's gonna be a ton of police just waiting there and going, this guy, probably shouldn't, be let through because he looks dangerous. He's wearing a leather jacket, and also, this.
Hey, killer.
What?
Hey, it's cool. Your secret's safe with me.
What secret?
Haven't you been watching the news?
Once again, our top story tonight, Malcolm Corley, owner of Corley Motors,
Love how
was
intense
found
this newsreader is.
dead at a rest stop just outside the town of Melonweed. Apparently, the benevolent patriarch and
the news
CEO
program is called News to Me.
viciously beaten about the head and neck, savagely and without mercy. Police have arrested a notorious
Sensationalist
outlaw
news reporting.
biker gang known as the Polecats.
No.
With the exception of their leader, who is still at
Who is
large.
supposed to be regarded as
Roadblocks
highly
have been
dangerous
set up
and have a
along
very
Highway
silly
9
name.
in an effort to apprehend this dangerous and violent criminal.
We've been set up. Roadblocks suck. I shouldn't have left the gang there.
Hey, I don't want to hear anything about it. You ain't making me an accessory after the fact. Just lay low, man.
Yeah, just let your gang go to jail, it'll be fine. Now, you notice the truck parked outside, right? Well, this is Emeth. Emeth is very bad at whatever he's doing right now, but he's also the driver of the truck, and is also voiced by, guess who?
That's
Mark
your truck
Hamill.
out front. I need a ride.
I look like a cabbie to you? Get lost. They're not letting anyone through that roadblock anyway.
Not even truckers?
They turned me around and said police business only. Pigs.
I love the fact that Mark Hamill delivered his voice for this game and, plays the main antagonist. You can't tell it's him. And he's doing a lot of incidental characters as well. He does this guy and Todd, the junkyard dude. And you can't tell it's him. It's just... I had to look that up in the credits. I think it's fantastic. Then again, I'm into voice acting, so I'm not good at it, but I'm into voice actors. That came out wrong. Well, a funny little Easter egg about this guy, actually.
I can do that.
Not gonna happen.
You can get into this big, long spiel about...
Not gonna happen.
So at this point, you're just gonna, drop it. All right, cool, that's not going anywhere. But if you keep asking him, he will eventually let you do the knife
Let me
thing.
show you how to do that.
Not gonna happen.
Let me show you how to do that.
Only if it'll shut you up.
There we go. It's a neat little Easter egg. I don't know if they planned this to be a, like a mini game or something, but I don't know what happens in the music either. Well, the music got exceptionally more kick-ass. I'm terrible at this, at doing it fast anyway. And it accomplishes nothing. And there's gonna be a lot of nicks and scratches and blood if you do it wrong. You can actually stab Ben through the hand.
Ouch. Damn. Ouch.
That was fun. Anyway, we do need a ride. But they're not letting truckers through the roadblocks, so let's go and have a visit here. Well, actually, first let's do something really important.
Look, I really need a ride.
A thing that I noticed now that I'm playing this on a big screen instead of on a tiny little laptop screen is some of the 3D models look kind of out of place, actually. In the original, they were really highly detailed, very nicely shadowed, and they blended very well into the game. But in this remastered version, it's kind of like something went wrong with the lighting or something. They look like really sharp and really... the colors are a bit weird too, and they kind of look out of place. I know, minor nitpick, but this is the sort of thing that really, you know, makes me wonder how much time they actually had to... Oh, we just passed right through it as well. Anyway, Roadblocks.
Hey!
The dumpster's talking to me. Oh, wait, I should have... Yeah, I'll get to that.
Ben, no time to talk.
You know, it stank in there, but I can't remember a better sleep.
You gotta help me. Go find my editor in Corville. Tell him I took pictures of the Corley murder.
You got pictures?
Yeah, but some thug took my camera.
So you're
you
really
don't have any
useless.
pictures.
Well, I tracked the guy to Melonweed, but I'm not going near the place. They killed
I'm
me.
not going near that
Get
place
my
either.
editor.
My God,
He's
we've
gotta
been
get
there
me out
so
of
many
this.
times now.
Take one of these fake IDs to get through the roadblocks.
Thank you. Well, this looks really weird. It looks like she's pulling them back into the dumpster, but he
career
actually
is
did pick
riding
them
on
up.
Those pictures. Help me, Ben. You're my only hope.
Oh, don't worry. I owe you one.
Ah, we owe you big, don't we, little lady?
Take that.
Quit it.
Ha ha ha. Stay in there with the trash where you belong. Right, so let's hand these off. And get on the road.
What's that?
Fake federal investigator ID. Could be of some use at one of those roadblocks.
Stabs
Ever hear of
knife
this
straight
place?
through it.
Uncle Pete's Mink Ranch.
I remember there used to be some sort of weasel plantation.
His favorite
or
phrase is something
up
up the road.
Down Highway 9 on the other side of them damn roadblocks. I used to pick up mink meat there real cheap and sell it to school lunch programs. That was a good scam.
Sounds like a good
So
one
how
too,
about a
yeah.
ride? What if they search the back and find my bike?
It's buried in a pile of concentrated fertilizer powder.
It's gonna smell terrific when we get it out.
No one's gonna dig through that crap. Now you're gonna ride in the engine compartment.
The engine compartment?
Hey, I smuggle stuff in there all the time, and most of it's worth more than you. So stuff your carcass in there quick, and we might hit that mink dump by morning.
I'm just imagining Mark Hamill in the studio reading these lines. Just
Yeah.
hunched over the microphone going, yeah, stuff your carcass in there, bud. I get a kick out. Look! Alright, you barely saw the
great.
truck moving, but you can
Smells
actually
like he's got a
see the
fuel
real
leak.
sort of...
I love engine fires.
You can see the disconnect with the 3D models and the painted backgrounds. Ben's got a nice booty on him, though.
Only police vehicles beyond this point.
Sorry, Sam. Where's Max?
Check it out.
Huh? What's this about?
Undercover agricultural sting.
I'm impressed that Emeth knows
What's in
these
the back?
multi-syllabic words. He doesn't strike me as a...
All right, move along.
doesn't strike me as an orator, let's put it that way. Well, at least it didn't rat us out. Code of the highway. Good morning, sunshine.
They stopped moving.
And they stopped, remastering audio, apparently. That line was a little fuzzy.
Problem with your truck?
Loose hose, nothing big. I already pulled your bike out. It's sitting right over there.
Ah, that's
Well,
not fishy
nice
at all.
knowing you. Gotta hit the road, you know.
And here we yeah, look at that. I mean, it doesn't look bad, it doesn't look terrible, it's just nitpicking, it's just, they really kind of
He
clash
did
with
have a
these...
fuel leak, and he took my fuel line to fix it. That
Oh.
trucker's gonna die for what he did.
Now, highway justice. Yeah. I mean, look at this. You can see the hand-painted wonderfulness of this background. You know, check out the lines here. And, I mean, this looks really gorgeous. And then to have these really, really sharp 3D models just... They stick... And they didn't stick out like a sore thumb in the original. That's what I'm trying to get at. Anyway, son of a bitch. Can't get in through here, so we'll just go in through the back. Now, this background, admittedly, has not really stood the test of time. It's very blocky. You can tell this was painted with the intention of, well, fuck it, this is gonna get resized down to nothing, size of a postage stamp anyway. So, but I mean, shit, they hashed out the original drawing, re-scanned it, cleaned it up, everything. It's not just painted over, at least not as far as I know. Anyway, we got a tie iron. Tie irons are good.
And a hose I can use on my bike.
And very
It'll take
conveniently,
more than
a
mine
hose.
If I borrow 'em. Mo?
Oh yeah, we were after her, weren't we? Bye. And now the fastest motorcycle repair job in the world. That was just a little one hand jiggity jiggity, and off we go. Gotta get them tunes on, you know? A bit close there, Ben, but okay. Hey, pull over, I just want to talk. Alright, she can do that. Well, we can play that game as well, right? We've got that solid fuel recoil boosty thingy.
She took my booster fuel.
Okay, never mind.
Why is she running from me? She must think the whole world's against her. I think I know how that feels.
And Ben started writing in his journal again, but is interrupted when Emeth pulls in and starts being a complete and utter dick. You interrupted my soliloquy.
Dead. That sign. That means I'm in Kingfish territory.
And distractions all around. Now, the Kingfish have not been mentioned except for like a lone little sentence at the beginning of the game. But that sign and that bike design right there, you just know that despite their incredibly silly name, these are badass people. I remember as a kid watching these guys, and I was just like, oh wow, these guys are mean and weird and creepy as all hell. Look, they're like wrapped up like a mummy. And that way they're riding like hunched forward. These guys are creepy. Also, their voice. You're gonna hear the leader's voice in a second. Holy shit. Well, we didn't technically have a hand in Emeth's demise, but good riddance to country western singing rubbish. Suspect he wasn't actually singing, but...
This cargo is worthless. We have been tricked, my brothers. Back to the cave.
Off you go. Now there's a little detail I missed there. I'm gonna point that out later that I sorely missed from the original.
The place looks deserted.
And
Maybe the boss was wrong and she ain't coming here.
She's coming. We just got here first.
they really cleaned up the audio good on that one.
Sit here and wait.
Because the original audio inside the car was really distorted for some reason. But look at that. Probably missed it because I was talking over it, but there's a little smear of poo, well it is fertilizer, just off in the distance. And in the original, when the Kingfish sort of drove off, not sort of drove off, they did drive off. When they did that, they actually left a little smear. A little smear got like drawn away from, you know, the pile, and it was missing in the remaster. And I was playing it last night, and I was just like, oh man,
Well,
I missed that. I missed the
Can't be
poo
much
smear.
holding that up now.
Alright, I am technically solving some puzzles slightly out of order, but what we need is to get Bolas and Nestor to drive through this sludge and crash so we can get some stuff out of the car and also sort of get rid of them. Yeah, anytime, Ben. Also, I would move my bike! That's like an inch away from your bike, dude! Holy Christ. Alright, cool. Well, your bike did smell of poo already, so cool. What a mess.
What a mess.
Yeah. And just for, you know, posterity, let's
Maybe I'll just take a little.
grab some poo. There you go. We'll need that later, trust me. We're not just collecting poo. We are, in fact, in need of it, but we also like poo. Anyway, let's get rid of the moron twins over here. That sign looks a lot better than it did in the original, I must say. Well, hello. Look at him run.
Look at him run.
Ooh, look at that. What's that in the distance? This ought to be fun. See ya, gents. Ah, and Mr. Ripburger approaches. Delivers a fancy little speech.
Boss, It was Nestor's fault.
Get in quick. I have a plan.
His
We
favorite
will
phrase.
lure the Corley remnant out of hiding with a bike.
Boss, she already has a bike.
Yes, but this one she worked on with her father. It's an emotional thing. Don't try to understand. Now hurry.
I love how he just rolls up and goes, right, you're clearly useless. New plan. And something about a bike. Now, it is fairly common knowledge that Full Throttle was cut down significantly before release. I mean, the game was supposed to be a lot bigger than what it currently is. And I get the feeling that there are some parts of it missing, and that was one of those. But I actually think it makes for a tighter game. This game is short but sweet, and that's why I think it's some of Tim Schafer's best work. I'd love to see what they actually cut out of the game, and I don't mean like they made it and then cut it out of the game. No, they just didn't have time. It was never made. The design was bigger, is what I'm trying to say. So what's in the game is actually what's in the game, but they had bigger ideas for it.
Tightrope walkers, hang gliders.
Let's
human
just read this
cannonball.
plaque because
Men
I'm not
tried
boring
to
enough.
cross the mighty Poyahoga
And
Gorge,
get some hints
and
as to
many
what
have
we're actually
failed,
accomplishing here.
Except for Ricky Myron, the Flying Torch, who jumped the gorge on a stock Corley motorcycle.
We've got
It
one of
was
those.
later uncovered that he had modified his Corley with a pre-regulation destroyer
We've got
class
one of those, but we need fuel.
recoil booster and an automotive hover lift.
We've
Myron
just
said he would
gotten
gladly
access to one of
replicate
those
the jump
automotive
to
hover
clear his
lifts.
name, but his special ramp was stolen by a mysterious truck hijacking motorcycle gang.
And we know those guys.
Recoil booster and a hover lift, eh? Thanks for the tip, Rick. You're right, though. I'll need that ramp.
Yeah, the special ramp. Can't just build one out of plywood and just chuck it at the end of the bridge here. But yes, we now have access to an automotive hover lift. That's why we crashed those dudes' cars, Nestor and Bolus. So let's just get that. That was a bit close to the fender there, Ben. But okay. So let's just give it a kick for good measure. Yeah. The kick is not really used a lot, like to solve puzzles and shit. It's amazing that they put that verb in the verb coin interface, you know. Because you only and later up is actually a puzzle. I'm not gonna get to it in this episode, but later up is a puzzle that they it just telegraphs. They put this in because they figured, oh shit, we actually do have shit, stop it. We do have this kick thing going on. So, all right. Well, we'll get to that later. Right now, let's head on out, and now it's time for that sequence that everyone loves about this game, absolutely adores. It's a fan favorite. It's the Old Mine Road. Now, I am, of course, being a sarcastic bastard. This is one of the most universally reviled sequences of any adventure game. For some reason, I mean, I don't think it's that bad. I think it's actually fun. What you do is you meet random bikers, and you beat the snot out of them. But it's not just a beat 'em up, it's actually a puzzle you have to solve. And this guy is just sort of the tutorial character. You don't actually beat him up, because he's part of the same gang as yours.
I haven't seen you since you retired from the Polecats.
Hey, Ben. How's my gang doing?
That's a long story.
But he doesn't really... Well, he does give you a couple of hints on how to solve the puzzle variety of... or the puzzle variant of this sequence, but I'm just gonna...
Take it easy, Father.
Head off.
Give him hell, Polecat.
Sure will, Daddy-o. Now this, the 3D that's in this is actually running off the Rebel Assault engine. Remember that old game, Rebel Assault from LucasArts? That shitty Star Wars on-rails shooter? Wait, who are you?
You like choppers?
Oh, God.
How about
This
this
is why-
chopper?
This is why we picked up some fertilizer, cuz
Huh?
you throw fertilizer in her eyes and she goes down, and the chainsaw is pretty much a one-hit win. With everyone except these cavefish. We have to steal their goggles. Do I have the board? I need the board! God damn it. I'm just gonna get out of that fight. Never mind. Because you need a plank of wood to beat him over the head with. If he looks up and notices you, he's gonna spill oil. If you whack him too soon, he's gonna spill oil, and that's the end of that fight. So we're just gonna pick up what we need. This dude, I think, might be carrying the plank. It's a weird sentence. I'm just gonna...
I see you come for a lesson in pain.
Sure, why not?
Iron bike!
Iron bike! I don't know what that means. That was the plank. Thank you. Your lesson in pain endeth. Iron bike! He is bike. Oh, here we go, here we go. This is tricky as shit, so I am going to fail multiple times. He's not looking up yet. Look up, look up, look up, Daddy. Oh, fuck you! I have to... Oh. I have to wait until he's just... Because if I touch his bike, too, that means he wakes up and, you know, smells the pig shit. Well, you are just a barrel of laughs, aren't you? Yeah, off you go. This dude! He actually has a solid fuel recoil booster. No, he does not.
Loser.
He just had the chain. But I need the chain to get the dude with the recoil booster. Okay, yes. It's been a long while, cut me some slack. These guys all look alike. They're just mean and ugly, and that dude has the rebel insignia on his forehead.
You're gonna die now.
No, I'm not.
I hate bullcats.
This weapon looks interesting, but it's not really that useful. I think this guy might be the one who's carrying that solid fuel recoil boosty thingy.
Say there.
Yeah.
Is that a pre-regulation destroyer class solid fuel recoil booster?
At least they can actually hear each other over that loud motorcycle noise.
Ta-da!
Yep, he does that the first time. The second time, though, we trap his ass. We don't motor chainsaw is what it's called. We don't chainsaw his ass. We use the chain that we got from his buddy to sort of get him up. Is this
Wow, are you really a polecat?
Sure. Sure. Want my autograph? It's over there in the dust somewhere. Anyway, I don't get why people hate this sequence. I mean, it looks pretty. It looks prettier than it did before, and it's not just mindless bashing. There actually is puzzles to be solved, and this really needs some concentration. Look up, you bastard! Look up. Yes, I got him. That usually takes me hours. I got the goggles. Yes. So we're gonna use the goggles in just a tick, but first we're gonna get this guy off his fucking bike. There you go, solid destroyer class recoil booster, just fucking up.
Lead divers.
That should have a couple of good boosts left in it.
There we go. So now we basically almost got everything except for that fucking ramp. So now we put on the scary goggles and wait for the bottom left to say Hideouts. Because now the thing is just on rails, so for some reason they navigate via these yellow dots in the middle of the road. So all we have to do is wait for this thing to say Hideout, and off we go. There we go, cave. Dum da dum dum. Very nice. Very, very Temple of Doomish.
I don't spelunk.
I didn't ask you to! Get back on your fucking bike, sir! I mean, this is all really spooky and weird, and it only gets weirder until you realize that these people call themselves the Cavefish. But thankfully they just left the ramp out in the middle of nowhere. No one knows what the hell they do with it. And you can't go up there because...
Don't think I'm getting in there. Everything about these guys is creepy.
Except their name. Anyway, here we go. Now, if you just drive off with this, they will, you know, appear and take the ramp back from you. Or you can just try this again, but I'm just gonna solve the puzzle as it is. Because we've got bigger fish to fry. We've got a gorge to jump. So yeah, if you just ride off with it into the sunset, the cavefish follow you around this, and they sort of run you off the road, I think, and they take the ramp back anyway. So what you do is you actually push these yellow dots off the road, so Mummy Boy here can't see where the fuck he's going, and boom! Bye! Thanks for the ramp, dickheads.
I'm done with these boys.
There's another line that they kind of missed in the remastering. I mean, I'm not mad. I'm just saying it's fun to masturbate. Anyway, let's just get you installed so we can jump this anytime, Ben. No hurry.
Looks okay for an aftermarket part.
Finally, there we go. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Figuratively and physically. And a nice big hovering fuck off over the gorge icon has appeared.
I've modified my bike enough.
I've modified my bike enough. Off we frickin' go. Get a big old run in. He's kind of floating on top of his motorcycle, but I'm cool with that because this is just a kick-ass sequence. Almost got it. Yeah! Ride 'em, Cowboy! Nice one! And a round of applause. And now, Spanish clap. Bit silent there, Ben. Where's your journal entry? Ah, and that big, evil-looking, foreboding construction in the background is actually Corley Motors' headquarters. Inside lie the secrets of the Corley family, and excuse me. Also, they're having a demolition derby inside, so that's gonna be fun. And over here are our friends, the Vultures, Maureen's old gang. They're hiding out over here. So I'm gonna end the episode here. That was fun. We got through the old mine road, no problem. No problem. And I actually quite like that sequence, so I just wanted to show you can have fun with it. But in the next episode, bunnies and mines and demolition derbies we're kicking it up a notch. Bam! So, thank you so much for watching this episode. Please like, subscribe, do whatever you kids do, but do leave me a comment because I dearly love the comments. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I will see you kids around the Chrono Stream.